EM almost steals fully automatic weapon. So, a few years ago, I was a Class 3 international arms dealer. I had a Type 8 FFL and could import and sell any small arm to anyone who had the right license. What this means is I could sell guns, any guns, automatic guns. I could also buy guns at wholesale value. A FFL is a federal firearms license, by the way. So I was at a gun show in some northern blue state, and some of the people don't know much about guns. I was running my tables and selling quite well. I had a few automatic weapons at my booth, but they had signs saying not to touch without permission. Eventually, a woman and her 6-year-old kid come up to me. The following conversation ensues. EM entitled Mum, EK entitled Kid, M me. EM, hi. Hello mom, can I help you? EM, yeah, so my son wants a toy gun for his birthday, so I came here. Sorry mom, but these are real firearms. Oh, what? These? These are harmless. Mom, I assure you these are far from harmless. EK, points at Drago AK pistol. Mummy, I want that one. EM, how much for that one? Do you have an FFL? I asked her this because this Drago pistol was capable of automatic fire, but I already knew the answer. EM, what's that? Well, a government issued permit to buy automatic firearm. How much does that cost? I can't give you one, but it's $200 and a bitch and a half of paperwork. Oh no, can you not just give it to me for $50? I was flabbergasted. I had no way of saying this politely. I put on my tough, professional arms dealer voice and said firmly yet calmly, no. You overpriced, stuck-up crook. There's no way it's more than $50. And an FFO or whatever is something you made up. My calm, firm voice became more raised and aggressive, and much more firm. Mom, if you don't have an FFL, you're not even allowed to touch this weapon. Weapon? Mummy, I want that one now, now, now! EM, just give my son the toy gun. Mom, I cannot sell you an automatic weapon for you to give to your son. Bullshit! She then proceeds to snatch the Drago AK pistol off of its stand and hand it to her kid. Her kid was like 6 and was not capable of holding this 5-6 pound weapon, so he dropped it and threw a fucking tantrum. EM, you dick! I lost it. Mom, step away from that gun or else. Or else what, you fucking dolt? I breathed heavy and lifted my shirt to reveal the Glock 17 Gen 3 in its holster and gave her a serious, almost predatory look. She took the fuck off. I am no longer an international arms dealer. This is one of those crazy stories. I just really want to meet a woman like this in real life. How can you think that a real automatic gun is a toy gun to give to your kid? I don't understand. EK cuts my younger brother's finger off and EM defends her by verbally berating my brother. So, to get to the point, my autistic younger brother, who was turning 7, was holding a birthday party at our house. Because he couldn't really choose who to invite to the party, we decided to just invite everyone in his class, and because everyone was so young, my parents decided to recommend that the parents come too for some coffee in a separate room. Now, I was 19 at the time and decided to help organise the games and activities for my brother. The first game we played was a game where I would play some music and everyone would pass a parcel with a toy inside around until I stopped the music. The plan was that I would make it so that everyone would get a present at the end, by rigging it of course. But of course that didn't work out. Maybe in the middle of the game, a young girl who we'll just refer to as Brittany, because that's my least favourite girl name, no offence to any Brittany's, who, keep in mind, had won just the round before, held onto the parcel and refused to hand it around. I asked her why, and her only reason was that she didn't like the present she got. Thinking to myself that it was just a kid being a kid, I asked her if she would like another present and gave her a different parcel, which she thankfully liked. Although I thought she was a little bratty at that point, nothing prepared me for what happened next. Fast forward a bit, it's time to cut the cake. The adults came out from their own private room and prepared to celebrate, while I brought out the cake from the fridge and lit the candles. We began singing the happy birthday song, but before we can finish the word happy, Brittany starts screaming at the top of her lungs, "Mum, I want to blow the candles!" EM, no sweetie, this isn't your birthday. Brittany, insert surprise Pikachu face. I guess she was used to getting everything from her mum because she exploded into a fit as if she was dying or something. Despite this, I gestured to my brother to blow the candles out, and he did, with a bright smile on his face. "Mum, can I cut the cake please?" EM, okay, sure. She reached for the knife, but I grabbed it first. I pulled it behind my back and told her that my younger brother was going to cut it himself. Honestly, I was surprised that the mother gave up that quickly on her child. While EM began pleading with my parents, I looked around for Brittany but didn't see her. I assumed she'd gone to the toilet to weep or something, so I just gave my brother the knife. While this was happening, Ian began talking about how my brother didn't deserve to cut the cake because he was autistic and probably wouldn't even remember it or appreciate it. Although I was pretty fucking irritated, I held it in so that my brother could just enjoy his birthday. He looked pretty startled at the heated conversation between my parents in EM, so I smiled at him comfortingly like any normal sister would. He reached in to cut the cake, but before he could even cut a slice, a large knife, much larger than the steel cake knife, came rushing down. An ear-deafening ding sound followed, and it took me a while to see the blood on the knife, and even worse, the top of my brother's index finger lying on the cake. I screamed pretty loudly, and I think it took an extra minute or two for my parents to realise too. What happened next was pretty personal, but basically, Brittany's defence was that she was trying to cut the cake before my younger brother, which was pathetic. The mother then worsened the situation by stating that my brother was autistic and shouldn't even be alive. I was really hurt by that, and this was the maddest I've seen my parents, who are usually quite chill people. I realised that I talk about this like it happened years ago, but it actually only happened last week. My brother is recovering, and my parents are deciding whether or not to take legal action if they can. If it makes you feel any better, Brittany was forced to quit the school due to the harassment she received from other students, and although she was really a retard, I blame it on the pathetic excuse of the mother. Thanks for reading, and I hope your finger doesn't get chopped off by an EK. And to all of you listening, I hope your fingers don't get chopped off by an EK either. Unless, of course, you're Brittany.